wash away what happened in the regular season, or have you started new? How do you approach the second season?
We've already gone over the past weekend's film, showed some good, showed some things that we need to work on, and have moved on. So it's a there is no tomorrow. So it's we're just focusing on on ourselves and Colgate at the same time here for prep week. And I mean, we just played those guys twice in February. So I think teams are a little somewhat familiar with each other, and it's going to be one of obviously there are some intangibles, but the best team's going to win.
You said a week or so ago that you guys have actually kind of been in playoff mode for a few weeks now, but still, how much different is this regular season to what you guys are facing?
Yeah, you'd like to think that really nothing's changed. You just worry about this today's practice, tomorrow's practice, and getting ready for Friday night, and then you play as hard as you possibly can, and whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Like, it's not. We don't want to put the weight of the world on these guys' shoulders, and that's exactly what we're not going to do through film and in practice.
Do you guys bring up 2011 at all? I know you guys are certainly aware of it when you guys saw Colgate in the postseason. They had just upset RPI the week before that, and then they got you guys in 3 games. Is that something that you use as an example to your players, or is that just something the coaches know about and kind of remember what could happen?
Sure. No, fair enough. And answer no, it will not be brought up. The only 2 people that were here in our program, I take that back. There was 4. Myself, Jason Tapp, Cheryl Rockwood, and David Baglio. That's it. So I think we're the only one who cares about it. And these guys weren't. I think we're in high school or junior high school, so at the playground. So I don't think they care one bit.
And you guys have had home ice before, and it didn't work out for you. But it is an advantage to be at home. What are those advantages in your mind, being at home?
That we're not traveling, to me, is really the only. Now, do we feel that we have an atmosphere that competes with some of the best in the country with our, people who come to support us? Yes, that is one. It gives us a little bit of these guys a boost. And so I think we're very, very fortunate there to be so well, supported at the home games. And again, just not having to pack up and go on the road. But really all that matters is who's going to compete between the whistles on Friday night.
You look at the 2 games that you guys played against each other, the average person might look at that and say, well, I can't figure this one out. 6-0 here, 5-1 out there. You touched on a little bit the other night saying that maybe the 6-0 game might have something to do with your loss out there, just the way your team approached it.
Sure.
What is your gauge on this matchup?
Playing Colgate's always been extremely tough. Always. For all the years that I've been involved with these matchups, regular season, playoffs, always been a tough matchup. They're coached extremely well, and I don't see anything different going into this matchup that Donnie Vaughn and his staff and players haven't shown us before. I don't think there's anything miraculous at this time. I just think it's going to come down. There's always, you're always going to have your specialty teams and your goaltender. Those are always going to be the intangibles. But to me, it's who's going to stick within their systems, who's structured, who's detailed, and who's going to sacrifice for each other. That's the team that's going to win.
How exactly did you guys get in a 4-0 hole against this team last time? And I know you said that you guys felt like you actually played pretty well in both games that weekend and didn't get the result you were looking for. But I mean, what happened to get behind 4-0?
Yeah, I just there was times that we did not play smart, and they capitalized on it. So kudos to Colgate for jumping on us when we weren't at our smartest on the ice at that time. And to me, that's an opportunistic team. and they made us pay up there. Where in the 6-0 win here, we got away with a couple. I thought we got away with a couple things that weren't in the back of our net. So I think we lucked out there.
When you say not playing smart, is that like just defensive breakdowns?
Yeah, just breakdowns. Yeah, like being on the wrong side of the puck and some of the areas that they'd like to do that we were just felt on the wrong side of the puck. And boy, they had some beautiful goals. I don't want to show you, but there were some beautiful goals by Colgate and players that are very good players for them.
Some people like to say nobody's a freshman at this point of the year because you got enough games under your belt. Can you kind of assess how your first year players have done in general, and more specifically, Sidorsky appears to have established himself as a regular in the lineup over the last 2 months or whatever. Can you speak more specifically on him and what he's brought to the table for you?
Yeah. I think these guys have come along. The freshman class has come along. Up front, I don't think they've probably seen the ice time that they've wanted over the course of this time. But hey, you just never know what it can change on a dime. For them on defense, I've really liked the way that Jason Tapp has groomed these guys. And when I say these guys, Ryan Sidorsky, Michael Ryan, and Fletcher Feynman, I think they've done a real nice job. Yeah, and Ryan Sidorsky has, been a rock back there. Finishes his hits, penalty kill. So when you can do, when you can add to 5-on-5 with being on the penalty kill, now your value goes up, at least in this program. So that's why he's kind of asserted himself within that lineup. But I think it's more so his 5-on-5 play of, doing a good job of hitting and pinning and just being a presence out there at 6'2".
Yeah, well, I kind of pinpointed him because not only has he been in the lineup a lot, but you guys threw him out there on the 5-on-3 last weekend too. Kind of illustrated how much trust I guess you had.
Yeah. That was Jason Tapp's call.
Right.
So I always feel on a 5-on-3, the bigger guys you have out there with the length is a bonus, but that doesn't necessarily mean that someone else can't kill if they don't have the length. It's just, when I watch the Boston Bruins and I see a Chara out there and another monster out there, they just space eaters, especially versus as I always like to say, a 3v5 because that's what we're in. But hopefully we curb the 3v5 epidemic that we've had here recently.
After last weekend, both of your goaltenders played fairly well.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any doubt in your mind who's going to be in the net on Friday?
I'm not sure yet. I'm really not. I haven't made a decision. I haven't talked to Jason Tapp about it. I haven't talked to John Ronan about it yet. And that's why these practices are crucial for those guys.
So they both played well enough to warrant the start.
That's correct. You're for these guys just like everyone else. Your practices are your games. And if you're letting in soft goals in practice, you're going to let in soft goals in games. And that's how I've always looked at it. And I've talked to Jason. I put a lot of faith into Jason Tapp making decisions, as well as John Ronan. But Jason played the game. Played net. So it's just silly of me not to rely on him.
How important can the hot goalie be when you're in these short series? How vital is it?
I guess I would look at it as you're your number one pitcher going into a series in the playoffs. If you can get him in 2 times or maybe a third time coming into relief, that's big time. And this goaltending, especially in our sport, goaltenders they can turn around a series, or they can just outright win you a series right quickly. So we're kind of hoping for the latter there.
Sometimes you'll have coaches in any sport, they'll say, well, I wish I had a few more games or a few more weeks to get ready for postseason. Do you think this team is ready for postseason right now?
I believe that. Yeah. I think it's, again, you get 34 games in college hockey and whatever. Now it's up to us, as a team to see how many more games that we can possibly get. And that's exciting. You got to want to play in these games. And, if I'm a senior, you know what? I don't want to take off that jersey just yet. And hopefully there's a lot of hockey left.
How excited are you guys for this postseason?
Very special time of year coming up here. Obviously, the games are do or die, so a lot riding on it. So I know everybody's pretty fired up, looking forward to the weekend. But got to take care of Wednesday practice first here.
Do you guys remember last year?
Yeah, I
You
think
guys talk about that.
we did more early on in the year. Obviously, this year's ended up being very different from last year. So I would say, yeah, we talked about it more early on in the year and less this year. This year, the past couple weeks at least, we've been focusing more on this year and this team. So
Rick said a week or two ago that playoffs haven't started yet, but we've been kind of in playoff mode for a week or so now. That said, how much different is it regular season games compared to what you guys are going to face this weekend?
yeah, I mean, you're playing to get to the weekend after now, so there's definitely a bit more to it. But I agree with what he was saying. Sort of everybody saw how tight the league ended up being there at the end. I think we were the only league that came down to the last night of games. Literally, everybody was still moving around. So all those games are really important, and these games are going to be really big for us also here.
Ask Rick about the freshmen, and people, as I said to him, people like to say nobody's a freshman at this point in the season. Can you kind of give a read on how they've contributed, especially the D guys, first-year players for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's big for them to step up and help us out. Sid and Fletch and Mike back there on the back end do a good job for us. I know they get thrown in there on the PK and stuff like that, special teams, so it can be a lot for a first-year guy. But, yeah, I agree. We're 34 games in now, so I think they got it down pretty well.
Do you still tell them maybe something about, like, how the playoffs are different and it's a different mentality than what they've been seeing for a few months?
Maybe just little things here and there. But, I mean, otherwise we're playing a home weekend at Messer Rink, so against a team in our league, so it's not going to be anything that they haven't seen before.
How do you feel you guys match up with Colgate? You had the 6-0 game here and a 5-1 game out there.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. It's similar. Our league is so similar, sort of, with each and every weekend that every team is so tough to play against that you're gonna have to sort of fight for every inch out there. So I think we certainly learned that the second time out there, and we're looking forward to them to come here this weekend.
Do they play looser because they're the lower seed? And they're on the road?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's their game plan or whatnot, but I know we're going to focus on doing sort of what we were able to do last weekend was big for us, then being able to carry that into this weekend, and then hopefully we like those results.
People who weren't at the game at Colgate are probably wondering how you guys got down 4-0 against them, and I guess I'm one of those people. So, like,
Mm-hmm.
how did you guys dig such a big hole for yourself against them last night?
Looking back, I remember we weren't able to put pucks away, and then it was sort of little mistakes that led to big things, and they were good around our net, and we weren't. So I remember them being hard to play against and tough around the crease. So that's something we're gonna have to work on this year and bring up the battle level this weekend here.
How much is the urgency now? I mean, it was two losses, you go home.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is this team ready to, do you think, embrace a long playoff run?
Yeah, I think so. I think guys have been. I know I've been looking forward to it all year. Sort of a special time of year, the playoffs, and I know a lot of other guys are excited about it, especially with, we talked a little bit earlier, things didn't end the way we wanted to last year. So we've seen what it's like to be the seated up top. So now we're trying it a little bit different this year from the bottom, and we're looking forward to that challenge.
Do you prepare differently for playoffs than you do for a regular season?
I don't think so. Not too much. We haven't changed anything with practice or lift or anything like that. So it's probably going to stay just about the same, and then it comes down to executing on the weekend.
So you don't see anybody tight in your locker room?
No.
Loose?
Yeah, loose but intense, I guess.